Imagine being trapped in a never-ending cycle of craving and consumption, unable to escape the grip of addiction. This is the harsh reality for millions of people around the world, and it's a phenomenon that has puzzled psychologists and scientists for centuries. Today, we're joined by the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud, who will shed light on the neuropsychology of addiction and how the brain gets trapped. Freud's work on the human psyche has had a profound impact on our understanding of behavior and mental processes, and his insights on addiction are particularly relevant in today's society. As we explore the complexities of addiction, we'll examine the role of the brain's reward system, the impact of stress and trauma, and the ways in which environmental factors contribute to addictive behaviors. With Freud as our guide, we'll navigate the intricacies of the human mind and uncover the underlying mechanisms that drive addiction. So, let's begin our journey into the world of neuropsychology and addiction, and discover the powerful lessons that Freud has to share with us. As Freud once said, the voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. Today, we'll listen to the voice of the intellect and gain a deeper understanding of the human mind. One of the most significant contributions Freud made to our understanding of addiction is the concept of the pleasure principle. According to Freud, the pleasure principle is the driving force behind human behavior, and it's the primary motivator for our actions. When we engage in pleasurable activities, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that reinforces the behavior and creates a sense of reward. However, when we overindulge in pleasurable activities, our brain adapts by changing the way it responds to dopamine, leading to a decrease in the sensation of pleasure. This is known as tolerance, and it's a hallmark of addiction. Freud illustrates this concept with the story of a patient who became addicted to morphine after being prescribed it for pain management. As the patient continued to use the drug, they began to require higher doses to achieve the same level of pain relief, demonstrating the brain's ability to adapt and the dangers of tolerance. This story highlights the importance of understanding the pleasure principle and its role in addiction. By recognizing the ways in which our brain responds to pleasurable activities, we can take steps to avoid the trap of addiction and develop healthier relationships with the things we enjoy. As Freud noted, addiction is a substitute for the natural pleasures of life, and it's a sign of a deeper psychological issue. By exploring the underlying causes of addiction, we can work towards creating a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Another crucial aspect of Freud's work on addiction is the concept of the ID, and its role in driving our behaviors. According to Freud, the ID is the most primitive part of our personality, and it's responsible for our instinctual needs and desires. The ID is driven by the pleasure principle, and it seeks immediate gratification without considering the consequences. When we're under stress or experiencing trauma, our ID can take over, leading us to engage in impulsive and self-destructive behaviors. This is particularly relevant in the context of addiction, where individuals often turn to substances or activities as a way to cope with emotional pain or stress. Freud's work highlights the importance of developing a strong ego to balance out the ID and provide a sense of rational control. By strengthening our ego, we can develop greater self-awareness and self-regulation, allowing us to make healthier choices and avoid the dangers of addiction. As Freud said, the ego is the part of our personality that mediates between the ID and reality. By understanding the interplay between the ID and ego, we can gain a deeper insight into the psychological mechanisms that drive addiction and develop more effective strategies for recovery. Today, we can see the relevance of Freud's work in the many addiction treatment programs that focus on building self-awareness and self-regulation. By providing individuals with the tools and support they need to develop a stronger ego, these programs help people overcome addiction and achieve long-term recovery. So, how can we apply Freud's insights to our own lives and overcome the trap of addiction? The first step is to develop a greater understanding of our own motivations and desires. By recognizing the ways in which our ID drives our behaviors, we can begin to develop a stronger ego and gain greater self-awareness. This can involve practices such as meditation, journaling, or therapy, which help us tune into our thoughts and emotions and develop a greater sense of self-regulation. Another key strategy is to build a supportive community and develop healthy relationships with others. By surrounding ourselves with positive influences and supportive people, we can reduce our stress and anxiety levels and develop a greater sense of purpose and meaning. Finally, it's essential to find healthy ways to cope with stress and emotions, such as exercise, creative pursuits, or spending time in nature. By developing a range of healthy coping mechanisms, we can reduce our reliance on substances or addictive behaviors and build a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As Freud noted, the goal of therapy is to make the unconscious conscious, and to bring the patient to a state of self-awareness and self-acceptance. By applying Freud's insights to our own lives, we can achieve a deeper understanding of ourselves and develop the tools and strategies we need to overcome addiction and achieve long-term recovery. In conclusion, our exploration of the neuropsychology of addiction with Sigmund Freud has provided us with a deeper understanding of the complex mechanisms that drive addictive behaviors. By recognizing the role of the pleasure principle, the ID, and the ego, we can develop a greater sense of self-awareness and self-regulation, and build a more fulfilling and meaningful life. If you're struggling with addiction or know someone who is, we encourage you to seek help and support. Remember, recovery is possible, and it starts with a willingness to learn, grow, and transform. Thanks for watching Mind Psychology Daily, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on psychology and personal growth. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating topics and discover the power of the human mind.